Greetings, everybody. Maximus here with some breaking news. That's not really breaking news. That term is overused, but breaking-ish and definitely updated news. For those of you who saw the Starship 7 launch live yesterday on the channel, thank you for watching, first of all. And we noticed that the spaceship disappeared after a spectacular catch. And it was soon after that that we found out that the spaceship didn't disappear, but it exploded in spectacular Independence Day style fashion. And it seems that when that happened, it wreaked havoc on commercial aviation all over the Gulf of Mexico and beyond. I saw a great video by our friend Juan Blanco Lirio, so check that out if you get the chance on its impact on commercial aviation. But I thought I'd bring you up to date on that story. And also, there's a little bit of Jeju news coming out of South Korea regarding that electric failure that I just put out a video on. And it's interesting. So let's get into it together. Next. Okay, so as far as the grounded SpaceX portion goes, the U.S. has grounded SpaceX giant Starship rocket while an investigation is carried out into why it exploded during its latest test flight. The rocket's upper stage dramatically broke up and disintegrated over the Caribbean after launching from Texas on Thursday, forcing airline flights to alter course to avoid the falling debris. The FAA said it was working with SpaceX and other authorities to confirm reports of damage to public property on the Turks and Caicos Islands. There were no reports of injuries. Well, the FAA deserves a little more blame for this one than SpaceX. FAA has a lot of experience with rocket launches and rockets blowing up, and they probably should expand their danger zone and future warnings to airline pilots during launches like this because explosions aren't new. As far as SpaceX is concerned, well, Elon Musk reported on X that the explosion destroyed the upper stage of SpaceX's Starship vehicle. It was January 16, of course. The likely cause was a leak, he said. Things went well initially. The vehicle's two stages, the Super Heavy booster and ship upper stage spacecraft, separated on time. The Super Heavy returned to Starbase as planned, where it was caught by the launch tower's giant chopstick arms. It was then that the ship ran into trouble. The spacecraft broke apart over the Atlantic roughly 8.5 minutes after liftoff, creating a sky shown seen by observers in the Turks and Caicos Islands and other nearby locations. And by you, if you saw my video yesterday I put out of the fireworks display. Though it's early in the anomaly investigation, SpaceX has already identified a likely cause, according to Musk, the company's founder and CEO, again saying preliminary indication is that we had an oxygen fuel leak in the cavity above the ship's engine firewall that was large enough to build pressure in excess to vent off the capacity. Apart from obviously double-checking for leaks, we will add fire suppression to that volume and probably increase the vented area in the future. But nothing so far suggests pushing the next launch, Musk said, past next month. And Musk said SpaceX plans to fly Starship often in 2025, as the company has applied for permission to launch the mega rocket from Starbase up to 25 times a year. Of the pressure overload, Musk said apparently it led to a fire in the aft section of the ship, leading to a rapid, unscheduled disassembly, or what we call a RUD. However, he stressed that this interpretation was based on initial data analysis only. SpaceX said that we will conduct a thorough investigation in coordination with the FAA and implement corrective actions to make improvements on future Starship flight tests. As far as the grounding in the FAA goes, Musk said that Starship flew within its designated launch corridor. All of U.S. launches do safeguard the public, both on the ground and on the water and in the air, he said. Any surviving pieces of debris would have fallen into the designated hazard area. Yeah, the FAA needs to kind of rework their schedule on this one. Like I said, they need to broaden their scope of these rocket launches because as long as there's rockets, they're going to go boom. Now on to Jeju Air in South Korea. Korean authorities have discovered bird feathers and blood in both engines of the Jeju aircraft that crashed and killed 179 people on 29 December 2024. Back on January 16, Korean investigators announced that feathers were found in one of the engines recovered from the crash scene. The Korean Aviation Accident Investigation Board confirmed that feathers were also found in the other engine. The South Korean National Biological Resources Agency, responsible for the analysis, indicated that feathers came out of both engines and noted that a total of 17 samples, including feathers and blood stains, have been analyzed. Investigators are examining several factors, including a bird strike, faulty landing gear, and problems with the runway barrier. Wall of death. Yeah, that's your probable cause. However, the South Korea's Ministry of Land and Infrastructure and Transport declared that based on the current evidence, it was the bird collisions that were the likely cause of the crash. And the wall. Lee Sing-Yao said, "We have confirmed that a bird strike occurred." He's the head of the Rail Investigation Commission. He told a local news outlet on 8 January 2025, "We found some feathers in the process of digging out the soil that entered the engine. We plan to investigate what species of bird it is and how it got in there by examining the inside of the engine." Got in there because the plane flew in to the bird. Sam DeJong, a former Transport Ministry accident investigator, said on Sunday the missing data was surprising and suggested that all power, including backup power, may have been cut, which is rare. And speaking of cut, to a cheap promotion for the channel, I just released a video on my theory on what cut the power on the Jeju Air 737. I'll put a link in the description. I have been mocked by some and praised by others, but still I think it's the only reasonable conclusion to draw. Anyway, with that, you're all caught up on the latest news and notes from the aviation and aerospace world. As always, on your way out, please do all that YouTube-y stuff. Like, subscribe, share. And until next time, yeah, this is Maximus.